Hi, Blanche. Welcome, everyone. Just waiting for people to get on, get logged in. I hope everyone is ready for some nice, relaxing yin tonight. So if you haven't taken a yin class with me before, my name is Judy. I work at the Women's Fitness Club in Burlington, and I teach various different yin and other yoga classes there. So just letting you know that we're going to be working a little bit tonight with the inner thighs, the adductors, as well, of course, as some hips. And if you're new to my classes, just one thing I like to let everyone know about my yin is that I actually like to be fairly quiet as we move through the postures. So I'll speak enough to get you in there, to get you feeling the posture, to get your alignment working for you. And then I like to just let it be a little bit more quiet, a little bit of an introspective practice. So tonight we're going to begin sitting in seated meditation, so you can sit with legs crossed if you like to do that, something that's comfortable for you that you could hold for a little bit of time. Can everybody hear that I have some music going? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music. If you can't, give me a little thumbs down and I'll try to turn it up a little bit. Okay, so just coming into this nice seated posture, just making sure too, if you like to have yoga blocks or any other props that help you get into postures even more perfect, a pillow, maybe some rolled up towels. Hi, Brittany. Just anything that helps you really get into the posture. Okay, I hear no hearing of the music, so let's turn it up a little bit. Hopefully that will be a little bit better. Perfect. So just coming once again to that nice seated posture, thinking about closing the eyes here. We'll begin with a little bit of a meditation. So as you rest in this nice, easy pose, Sukhasana, thinking about drawing those shoulders down and back. Rooting down through that tailbone, finding connection with the earth through the root chakra. Bringing the eyes to a nice, soft, closed gaze to the inner eyelids. And then just reaching that crown up towards the sky. Beginning to connect with your breath. Simply here, just observing the breath exactly as it is. Exactly as you are in this present moment, this very moment. And then very, very gradually beginning to lengthen the breath, drawing it even deeper down through the lungs into the belly. And then as the exhale comes, allowing that breath to fully come out of you. So really release every last sip of breath. Noticing that as you lengthen the breath, you start to slow the mind, slow the heart. shoulders with the out breath. Allow yourself 10 more really full, complete breaths here. Draw the palms together at your heart center, continuing with the eyes closed. If you like to set an intention for practice, please feel free to set your intention now. Being aware that on Friday we experience a full moon, which is a really amazing time to release anything that no longer serves us. So maybe as you move through your practice tonight, you can draw to your mind anything that you'd like to let go of and send it out there. Let's take one long breath in through your nose. Open up the mouth, exhale. Bringing the hands down, we'll move into child's pose. So back towards the heels. Sweep those arms alongside and bring the forehead to the mat. If you like to use something under the head to bring the floor a little closer to you, you can take one of your blocks or a pillow. Thinking about letting those shoulders roll forward, melting that heart center down. Breathing into the back side of the body. As you move into the posture, just take a few deep breaths and then find that natural breath pattern that feels just really comfortable. If you're new to yin, just understand that the practice of yin is all about surrender. So just letting go and allowing yourself to melt in here. very gradually, just starting to sweep those arms in front of you, lifting that upper body. Just come into your cat-cow position, so your tabletop position. And just give yourself maybe 3 cat-cows. Not a lot of movement. We want to stay sort of really in the space of slow, quiet ease. And moving right into Anahatasana, or puppy pose in Yin. You're going to keep those hips over top of the knees. Start to extend the fingertips forward so your arms are long here. You're melting that heart down to the earth, but the hips stay high. And you can tuck the toes if you find that your knees slide back. Once again, to give you a little bit of help reaching that ground, if you find there's a lot of space between the chest and the floor, you can place a block or a pillow. And then just come down. And you can take a bend to the elbows. Sometimes because we stay here a long time, it's a lot to keep the arms up. We want to give as little stress to the body as we can when we're in these postures. So just melting down. So this can be quite an intense little back bend. If you find that it's too much for you, you can also take a nice wide-legged child's pose. So it's really accessible to everyone. You find what feels best for your own body. Remembering to breathe. If you notice that thoughts are coming into the mind, just let them flow through. Bring it back to your breath. Very, very slowly, just start to lift the upper body up, walking those hands back. We'll just come to sit kneeling here and take just a little counter pose. I want you to hug yourself here, wrap those hands around you, Drop the chin towards the chest and just round slightly forward with the upper body. Continuing to connect to your breath. There's no rush in anything we do here tonight. Please take your time. Send yourself lots of love. Be patient with your body. Just release those arms down. So we're going to move ourselves into shoelace pose. And I'm going to show you how to get into it from your tabletop position. So I'll show you a couple of different views of it. It's a nice hip opener. So from your tabletop, I want you to take the right knee up towards the left wrist and then kick that foot out to the side. So from the front it looks like this. And then you're going to take the left knee and bring it in behind the right knee, kick that foot out to the side, just like you were crossing shoelaces. So from the other direction it looks like this. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to sit back onto the floor, or if you find it's really challenging to get down to the floor and stay here in this posture, you want to take a block or a pillow underneath the glutes. And then sit back. So the idea here is that the feet are not underneath the buttocks, rather they're out to the sides a little bit. So you want to walk them out. We are trying to stack knees, except for most of us our hips are quite tight. And then try to have both hips settled down, so sitting bones rested both equally. If this is a lot for you, you can come into your half shoelace, which means you take that bottom leg and you extend it in front of you. So if you find that this is a better posture for you, half shoelace, absolutely wonderful in the same sense. So from your shoelace or your half shoelace here, few options. You're welcome to stay upright, draw those shoulders back and down and just relax. Maybe place the hands on the thigh. Or if you want a little bit of length happening into the spine, you can start to melt that heart forward. So maybe you draw that heart towards the chest, or towards the thighs rather, and then you just melt that head down, let it hang. So now you're feeling this beautiful lengthening along the back chain of the body. Whichever variation you choose, you want to be comfortable. You want to have a little bit of feeling of this really big lengthening happening, but you don't want to be stressing the body, because the whole point is to get to the deeper tissues, the connective tissues of the body. So your tendons, your ligaments, your fascia. And if we're guarding with the muscles because we're putting too much stress on them, we're never going to get there. So just ease into it. I like to say maybe about 80% of your edge. And then notice that the longer you stay here, the deeper you get. jaw. Reconnecting the mind to the breath if it's gone for a little walk. Moving here with intention, moving slowly, beginning to lift the upper body back up if you've leaned forward, and just taking a block out from under you if you have something underneath you. We'll take the arms in behind us, leaning back, and just uncrossing those legs. Bring your feet to the mat. And nice and gently just finding these side-to-side movements, slower than the mind wants you to go. So we often think we need to move quickly, but this is all about slowing it down. Just coming back to the center. Let's come back into tabletop to set up. You can definitely come into this posture from seated as well. I just really like the length I get here. We're going to bring the left knee towards the right wrist, kick that foot out to the side. And then you're going to take that right knee up, tuck it in behind the left, send that right foot out. And then once again, ease your way back. Where do you want to be? Would you like to be on a block or on the floor? This side might feel different. Walk those feet so you're not sitting on them. And then let's check in with the spine here, check in with the pelvis. Are you sitting neutral here, sitting bones rested? Length into that spine. Softness into your shoulders. And then incorporating the upper body in whichever way you feel is right for you. Perhaps it's coming forward again. Maybe it's simply staying upright, tucking that chin and rounding. So let your body guide you here. Whenever you feel tension, make sure you remember to breathe into the area. We have this tendency to hold the breath when we're uncomfortable, not only in our physical bodies, but our emotional and mental bodies as well. So let's think about using that breath as a tool. deepening the breath as you begin to move. Lifting up once again. And leaning back with those hands behind you. Giving yourself that unwind. Side to side movement. Should already be beginning to feel this slowing of the mind, of the heart. So coming back to sit up here, we'll find our half butterfly pose. So extend through the left leg out to the side, and then take a bend into that right knee. Draw the heel in toward you. Find a comfortable position onto the sitting bones. And before we melt down into it, let's take just a little bit of a stretch for the wrists. So just take the hands in front of you here. Fingertips facing down. I want you to come onto the backs of the hands. Let the fingertips point towards you. Be gentle here. Don't put too much pressure onto it. But I want you to lean a little bit forward so you get the backs of the hands down to the floor. And then if you can, just try to lengthen through the arms a bit. Feel this really great stretch. Take 5 breaths. And then ease back up. Just take a little rolling of the wrists here in one direction and the other direction. This time we're going to take the hands in front of us, but we're going to turn the fingertips to face us, bringing the palms down to the earth. So be mindful here. If you hyperextend at the elbows, don't lock the elbows out. Take a little soft bend. And then think about sending that top part of the hand near the wrist crease down towards the earth. Feel this really beautiful stretch into the forearms. 5 breaths. Release. Gentle roll. Other direction. So here you can stay again upright if you like, or if you like a little bit more, you can start to bring that upper body forward. You're going to feel some lengthening into the adductors as well as likely into this side, into the hip. So if you like to take it forward, once again, any props you have, if you like a pillow or a block, if you have a block, you can always place it under the forehead or under the chest. We're just going to melt forward for about a minute or so here. So try not to grip with the hands if they're resting on the floor. Take some ease. Don't worry about how low you go. back up. Once again, hands can come behind you. You can lean back as you extend both legs in front of you. And just maybe pointing and flexing those feet. You can alternate bending the knees. Breathing here. And then let's take it to the other side. We're going to bring the left foot in this time and extend through the right leg. We'll move right into this forward fold once you've set up a nice comfortable position. You feel this lengthening to the inside. And then just start to melt yourself forward if that's what you choose to do. Any variation, just make it your own. Allow this melting of the shoulders, this softening of the mind, softening of your body here. Taking an inhale, beginning to move your body. Rising up. Hands come behind you once again. Extend the legs in front of you so that you can bring back just a little bit of nourishment into the muscles. Rise back up. Let's make our way onto our tummy. So as you make your way onto the belly here, you're going to set your arms up in Sphinx. So you're taking those elbows underneath the shoulders. The palms are resting on the mat. So the forearms are down on the mat. Front view looks like this. So you're thinking about pressing that chest forward in space And it almost feels as though you're drawing the elbows back in order to press that chest forward. We're going to add a little bit of opening for the left leg. So you're going to draw that knee up and out to the side. Just like your half frog pose. So this is called tipsy frog. You're going to think here about just pressing the inner thigh down into the earth. And then pressing that chest forward. Breathing. Try to relax those shoulders down away from the ears. Straightening that leg back down. We'll release down to the mat. Just bring the forehead to the backs of the hands. Soften everything. Just take a rest here. Bringing yourself back up into that Sphinx pose. So just resetting those elbows underneath the shoulders, palms facing down. This time we'll take the right knee and we'll bring it up to the side in your half frog pose. So it's that inside of the ankle that's down facing the floor. And you're thinking about pressing the pelvis into the earth as well as that inner thigh just to open up here. And bring that head into a neutral position. The chest is rising forward. If you like to dip the chin to the chest to take some pressure off the neck, you can go ahead and do that as well. straightening this leg and coming back down, forehead to the backs of the hands. As you rest here on the belly, maybe with every inhale breath, just think about pressing the belly into the earth. And then with every exhale, just melt down even more. Find 10 breath cycles just like that. And nice and slowly, just rolling onto the back. Give your knees a little hug one last time here. Bring them in. And then extend your legs long, finding your final posture, Shavasana. In any way that you like to see your Shavasana. If you feel like you need a little bit of movement before you land there, please feel free. Just reconnecting the breath with the body, with the mind. As you take these last few moments of your practice, to just absorb everything you've done tonight. Beginning once again to connect with that breath. Deepening through the inhales, exhaling slowly. Bringing just some very gentle movements back into the body, perhaps wiggling the fingers and the toes. And as you feel ready, you can roll onto one side. Pausing on the side for just a few breaths here. And then press your way up to a comfortable seated position. Drawing the palms together in prayer at your heart center. We'll share one last nice full breath together. Draw breath in through the nose, fill up. Open up the mouth, exhale. Take those thumbs to the third eye, that place between the eyebrows. Bow the head. Send yourself lots of love and gratitude for making it out to your practice tonight. Thank all of you for joining us and sharing your beautiful energy. Have a beautiful, blissful sleep. Namaste. Hopefully you all feel nice and relaxed tonight. Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. Have a great sleep. Thanks to everyone. It's always a pleasure to lead practice. Don't forget there's a full moon Friday night. Lots of really great energy for letting go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Make some space for brand new intentions. Thank you. Good night.